time for our last race here on the penultimate day of the B&L Karting Series season for 2023. It's Senior Road Tax, the sixth and final heat, Groups B versus D. Here's your starting grid. On pole position, it's going to be the 363 of Cas Boshuis from the Netherlands. Alongside him will be Martin Gayskens from Belgium on the front row. Vincent van Kerkhoven and Benjamin van Hees will be on row number 2. Benjamin de Mant and Vic Stevens, row 3. Jaden Teen and Sean Butcher, row 4. Paul Forquemin and Austin Lee round out the top 10. Tommy van der Stoys, Mario Sidler, Lawrence Herboz, Thijs Dams, Jort van Wijk, Gillian Sednica, Scott Westhovens, Adrian Hoare, Karel Kaminski, and Mads Larsen round out the 20-strong grid. So we have had one driver, that is a certain Kai Gilletz, that has just picked up his third successive victory in a row, and also with that takes pole position for tomorrow's pre-final for the top 36. For those wondering about the timetable, well, we are going to be starting the live stream about 10 to 12, well, 11:45 or 10 to 12 tomorrow. But there is your starting grid on the screens for those watching at home. So, 2 wins for Kai Hunter, 2 wins for Kai Gilletz. Who's going to be winner number 3? Because we've just had those 2 race previously, just a few moments ago, and the Belgian ended up finishing ahead of the Brit. So 7 minutes on the timer. Red lights on the starting gantry. The field now makes its way through the 12th and final corner. Revs rise. Are we ready? Lights are out first time. Good start by the pole sitter, Boshuis, as he leads the field, being followed by Van Kerkhoven. Sean Butcher going around the outside using the runoff. He gets himself up into 4th from 8th on the grid. Oh, a little bit of a tussle behind. That involved Vic Stevens, the 369. As they make their way through into turn 6, Sean Butcher trying to get the switch back on Martin Gayskens. Not able to do so, but it's nearly 3 abreast. He's going to open the door, is Butcher. Through he goes for P3. Oh, bit of a moment there for the GKS car. Butcher now trying to go through on the inside of Vincent van Kerkhoven, so he got through on Martin Gayskens. Benjamin de Mant was trying to get through on Martin Gayskens, and Butcher sent it through at turn 10. Good work there. Sean Butcher up 6 places. And now Van Kerkhoven decides to defend it to turn 12. That's going to have a little bit of an accordion effect behind him. Gayskens and Van Kerkhoven pretty much side by side. They are still side by side. There's Vic Stevens. Oh, bit of a use of the runoff area there for Martin Gayskens. Loses a bit of momentum through on the inside. That's brilliant from Stevens, and Gayskens off. Gayskens off with 2 wheels. Catches a tank slapper, and Van der Stoys puts it round the outside and gets through at turn 6. Van der Stoys had the presence of mind to read the situation and effectively take full advantage. And Jort van Wijk has ended up, well, Jort van Wijk is not taking any further participation in this race. Has now finally got through Sector 2. Battle, however, oh, careful. Vic Stevens has really got his elbow sharpened today. And that's up the inside of Vincent van Kerkhoven, and over the curbs he bumps through turn 1. Jaden Teen follows behind him. Van Kerkhoven now could lose a place, lose that 5th position to the man I used to call Mr. Domination. He's Mr. Send It From Anywhere. It's Tommy van der Stoys. And he gets through. Gayskens back on the back bumper of his GKS teammate. However, Sean Butcher in the meantime has got through on Cas Boshuis. That would have happened down from turn 6 to turn 7, down the Europolaan. So Butcher now takes the race lead on lap number 3. However, Jaden Teen will give chase. Now there's a bit of a squabble. We've got the 321 of Thijs Dams behind teammate Paul Forquemin. You then add, who is that behind them? That's Lawrence Herboz. As Austin Lee has dropped to 13th, not been the young man's best race so far today. Austin Lee, mum and dad, originate from Portland, Oregon. Proud to run the Stars and Stripes on his side pods, but runs as a German licensed driver. Hence why when he gets, he's already got his ticket and he'll be representing Team Germany this year at Bahrain. So Butcher leads by nearly 0.6 of a second ahead of Casboz House. Jaden Teen rounds out the top three. Vic Stevens in fourth as they make their way through Cafe Corner. For Quebin sees the pair of GKS drivers, Gaiskens and Van Kerkhoffen, in his crosshairs, and he launches it up the inside of the first one and gets through. So, with just under 3 minutes to go, change for position. Gaiskens has lost out to Herboz and Van Hees. Oh, that was a bit of a shove from behind. Lawrence Herboz gets an absolute wallop, courtesy of Benjamin Van Hees going through into turn 7. And Gaiskens gets the touch from Austin Lee, pitches the GKS Esprit chassis sideways. And there is Mads Larsen, who's not had a good run either. Mario Sidler has got his elbows out with the likes of Adrian Rohr, amongst others. 2.25 minutes still to go, plus an additional lap. Sean Butcher is just wafting away into the distance, literally and figuratively. He's got a 1.25 second gap ahead of Casboz House. Tommy van der Sloy is in the meantime fastest lap of anybody, 55.074. As the 9.24, that is Benjamin de Bant battling away with Scott Westhovens from Slang and Karting. Scott has been in this championship for quite a few years, I think from probably pretty much the time I started commentating. Can I believe I'm saying this? October, and about this time, 2018. So Jort van Wyk did actually end up out of the race on the opening lap. But Benjamin de Bant trying to close in on Scott Westhovens. Sean Butcher adjusts the radiator flap on the right-hand side of the Cosmic chassis that has the number 302 on it. Jaden Teen in second. Casboz House trying to keep an advantage over Tommy van der Sloy. That gap is net. Van der Sloy in the meantime has got past Vic Stevens, so he's lost a little bit of time in the intermediary. Vincent van Kerkhoffen, however, has dropped like a stone that has been quite literally thrown quite heavily into a pond, and he's not gone past the opening sector. And Van Kerkhoffen, I've just spotted him on the right, hang on a second, I'm trying to get my Marshall Post bearing here. Marshall Post 5, which is off of the exit of turn number 8. So Vincent van Kerkhoffen was running strongly at the sharp end of the field. As we now are on to our penultimate lap. Sean Butcher's lead now 1.845 seconds. And a new fastest lap from the driver now in 9th position. Austin Lee, who's now, he's trying to keep it pinned round the outside. That's on the 321 of Daysdams. Kept it round the outside of turns 3 and 4. And now tries to thread the eye of the needle through turn 6. That's going to bring Benjamin Van Hees. There's a bit of tyre smoke between the two. They clash again into turn 7. Oh, dearie me. I know it's the end of the race day. I know there's a bit of desperation setting in, guys, but please take care of the equipment. Mechanical sympathy. You try telling that to a senior road tax driver, you won't. You'll get the 1,000-yard death stare as far as I'm concerned. But Butcher goes on to the final lap of the penultimate day of the 2023 B&L Karting Series season with a 1.862 second advantage. It's all kicking off. Daysdams has just had one sent up the inside of him, courtesy of Austin Lee. He tries to return the favour through turn 3 and can't get it done. So that's 8th position for the young man based out of Weisendorf. And soon to relocate to London very soon. But there is Sean Butcher, the man that took the title in 2020 and 2021. He's still going to be putting up a fight right up until the last checkered flag tomorrow, because you bet your bottom dollar that this man here wants a 3rd title. Out of the final corner, KR Sports, Sean Butcher picks up the W in the final heat of the season. Jaden Teen takes second, 2.147 seconds behind. Ahead of Casbos House, Tommy van der Stroys, again showcasing his prowess in his senior rookie season. Vic Stevens, Paul Forquemin, Lawrence Herbos, Austin Lee, Taze Dams, Mads Larsen, Benjamin Van Hees, Mario Sidler, Adrian Rohr, Martin Gaiskens, Benjamin Demant, Julian Sednika, Scott Westhovens and Karol Kaminski round out the 18 strong that finished all 9 laps of racing. Vincent van Kerkhoven out with dramas on lap 5, and Jort van Wijk not even making it past the first lap. But Sean Butcher becomes our 3rd different winner out of the 6 heats today at Karting Genk.